There you go. Now look,
I need a better warning for when to flex.
oh God, Front Row Wrestling Podcast. I am Mr. KS. That is my man Robbie Cutthroat, and guess who's not here?
Where's he at?
Mr. Chris Adams is not here. You know why he's not
That
here? I'll tell you why he's not here. Because he had the audacity to tell me earlier today that LA Knight was winning that Money in the Bank contract. And we don't tolerate that foolishness on this show. So Chris will not be here to spread that nonsense. We don't want to hear that shit.
yeah, I'm an
So
LA Knight fan. Yeah, but do I think that he's a? Do I think that him having the Money in the Bank would be captivating? No, I don't.
no, it
No.
won't be because we've seen him with the U.S. title. It was okay. Do we? Is it going to be that much better if he wins the world title? No. So waste of time. Let's not do that. So what's going on, this sir? How's your week been? How have you been? I see y'all here making big purchases. Out here
Yeah,
balling out of control.
yeah. I don't know how you
FR,
call it a big purchase, but I moved to Idaho 2 years ago, and we got 1,000 lakes around here, and I'm tired of not catching shit on the shore. So I made a little investment and got a little fishing vessel.
he's being
It's not.
modest.
It's not a yacht by any
He's,
stretch of the
he's, he's been
imagination.
he's been very modest. Those front row wrestling podcast checks are finally starting to roll in. So he's out here making big baller purchases, buying boats,
They
buying
got to keep.
seating.
All I did was put myself in debt, so those checks better keep coming for
Well,
real,
look, we can give you the money. What you do with it is up to you, sir. So
man. You could have just sent me a boat; everything would have been cool.
you know what? You're right. You're right.
I'm trying to decide what to name the boat. You got to name the
See,
boat
see,
something, right?
see, there you go. See, that's the rich people problems. First of all, you don't name little boats. That's number
You
one.
got to
So
name
this
you
is
if you got a hey,
this
if
is
I
a
have a
this is a
fucking
big
if I
boat.
have
So you don't name canoes.
now you're out of your fucking element, Ray. Because I'm letting you know right now. I had a fucking air raft that I nicknamed the Rob Jewel. And that's my wife's name, Julie.
You
The
named
Rob
the air
Jewel,
raft, bro.
an air raft. So yes,
That
I
might be
named
the only named air raft in history.
Hey, you know what? That's what I do. Make history.
Good or bad, you make history.
Well, with you, I make history.
Oh, that's man. Look, I just got out of my legal troubles 10, 15 years ago. I don't need to go back there. See, I don't need those things.
All
So,
right, I know. Me and my wife actually watched like a good portion of our last show, and she said I need to stop eating peanuts on the show.
she's
But
right.
I tell
Listen,
her,
listen to
but
your
I,
wife.
but you can't hear them. Number one, because
I
I
can
couldn't
hear
hear.
them.
You couldn't
I
on
can
the
hear
show
them.
when on the playback. You couldn't hear.
That's that incredible
I get
editing.
off of work like literally like 20 minutes before the show starts, and usually I haven't eaten since like 1 in the afternoon, so I'm hungry.
Snapping the Slim Jims.
I
Since they're
did
since
earlier
they're,
actually.
since they're on WWE tables now, they want you to. They want you. People are so upset that Slim Jim is on WWE tables now. Like nobody cares about these tables. They're gonna break. Why are we caring that Slim Jim is on the table?
I love Slim Jims, dude. I like the big ones. Don't take that out of context, please.
Completely taking that out of context.
I like the big, meaty, spicy ones. I love them.
How long did that take? Under 5 minutes. Okay. Under 5 minutes.
Hey, we're doing our formats. We're in line where like our format is being accommodated. We're doing good.
That
That was
allows
a
people to
great
know what they're
intro,
getting.
right?
Rob likes big, spicy, meaty meat. Good intro. Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's a pretty good Macho Man.
Ooh. Ooh.
So,
So
sir,
what's
we
up,
can
man?
even
What's going on, man?
we can even get to the news, or we can get to the Money in the Bank. Which one you want to do first?
I think we should address the news first and save the forecast for Money in the Bank.
Okay. So
I want to know
newsworthy. Of
what's
course,
going on, man.
everybody knows our truth and Carlito are no longer with WWE, and I call it fake outrage because everybody wanted to throw all these tributes. Like it was almost like our truth died.
I
People,
know.
people were. I've never seen so many people. Now, granted, it's documented. I've said it on the show.
Yeah,
Number
he
of
should be there
times
forever.
he should be there forever. The man should be protected, wrapped in bubble wrap, and put in a time capsule to be opened up 20 years from now, 30 years, 50 years from now to show everybody what entertainment really is. With that being
Absolutely
said,
true.
I also live in the real world, and I live in a world where if they're not getting a return on your investment, it's called bad business. Could they have
Well, I mean,
kept?
well,
Could they have kept
let's
him there? But I don't. That's the thing. I don't know what he was getting paid.
right.
Don't know.
Okay, but
Nobody knows.
let's like look at it this way. Look at the ratings. I didn't because I don't do research. But I just talk out my ass. That's my thing.
Well,
But
most wrestling fans ain't sitting around looking for ratings. I mean,
well, I mean, let's
we
look
just
at
want to be
ratings
entertained.
on Saturday Night Main Event. I mean, the one of the main reasons I wanted to watch Saturday Night Main Event was to see, because wrestling's all about stories. And when you talk John Cena and R-Truth, you're talking rich storyline history that goes back 2008, 2009, 2010 at least, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was very invested in it. I've always hoped and prayed, like I remember TNA were on the Truth Killings, I remember some of the crazy things that he did in those companies, and he was a danger. I mean, he was kind of like I don't know, kind of a fucking drawing a blank here, fucking
It's peanuts.
ECW, fucking, we just lost him a few years ago. I used to tell you
Ooh.
that when he used to do fantasy wrestling, I used to
Oh,
say
New Jack. New Jack.
New
You calling
Jack.
New
I'm
Jack?
sorry, dude.
Yeah.
He's kind of New Jack light back in the day, and he
Mm-hmm.
became this kind of Santo Morello kind of character. That
Comedy.
he had comedy and also the families. The kids
Mm-hmm.
loved him. So
Yeah. I mean,
I was always hoping, that they would bring back the killing in R-Truth.
nah, yeah, but the money was in what he was doing. The little Jimmy stuff, the comedy.
That's some of the most
It was good.
that's some of the most
The best thing
that's some
about
of
the
the most
24/7
popular
title was
stuff,
our truth,
though.
bro. The
That's
best
some
thing
of the
about
most popular
24/7,
stuff that we're talking about it today, all these years later,
yeah,
the little Jimmy story.
yeah, like the best stuff he did was with the 24/7. People didn't like the title, but he made it interesting. At least he made it fun to watch because you never know where he
Yeah.
was going to show up and pin somebody at. So, but
Now,
but like I said, it's the real world, man. People lose. The man ain't. He's not going to be on the super line. He ain't going to be broke. He's not relegated to poverty. He's not selling his cars, selling his houses. He'll be fine. Our true
yeah, as a
strike me
matter
as
of
a
fact,
person who saved this and did good with his money. So
yeah,
you know,
and,
he'll be all right.
I've heard reports, people saying that I don't, like you said, I don't know what R-Truth is making, but there have been insiders at least divulging that R-Truth can do better on his own. He can actually make probably more money
Well,
on his own.
the so-called story was that they offered him a deal and he turned it down for less
I
money.
doubt that.
Eh,
I doubt
But
that.
I mean, they may have. I'm not saying they did. I'm not saying they didn't. But he may. If that is true, he turned it down. I'm pretty sure he didn't turn it down without knowing that he had other sources of income or knowing he can make money somewhere else and maintain the lifestyle he has. Because like I said, he don't strike me as a person that went out and spent $3 million on cars. Like,
Probably
I
doing
don't think he
weed,
did that.
just probably
Huh?
on weed, probably a lot of weed though.
Nah, I don't think he's a weed smoker. Not anymore.
I got a real story for you. My best friend Wade lived in Fresno for a long time, and he actually went to a signing at one of the like record stores or one of the popular spots that actually had WWE guys there while they were in town.
Mhm.
R-Truth and my buddy Wade. If you knew my buddy Wade, he like fucking Wade smokes, dude. You know what I'm saying? Wade smokes. He claims that R-Truth asked him where to get some good weed.
Back then, he probably did. I wouldn't put it past him. But I mean, I'm
There's
talking about
probably
like in the last. I don't think he's. If I mean, I don't know the guy. I don't hang out with him. I'm just saying I don't think he's hot boxing the whip right now. You know what I'm saying?
I disagree. I
But
think he's smoking it up.
you want the worst out of everybody. So
No, I think
you
there's
know,
nothing wrong with it.
nah, it's really not. But I just think it's fun. Man. I call it misguided outrage. These people are not mad. These people are not mad at our truth. And the ones that really are mad about them, it's good you care about people, but like I said, man, our truth is
There's some
doing. He's doing better than all of us.
in
He's
business.
he's doing a lot. He's doing a lot better than all of us right now. So
In business, man, the people that own TKO, they're business people, but they also
yeah.
have, they also have the lineage of like Triple H and creative, so they're not making uneducated decisions just based on numbers.
Well,
There
that's
was
the thing.
probably a
People
lot
keep
of
saying
that.
people kept saying it was Triple H's that decision to fire him. I don't think these people understand how this works. Triple H does not make those decisions.
Nope, not anymore.
His bosses make those decisions. I mean, he
Yep.
can he can. I'm pretty sure he can suggest and say, hey, I want this person gone. I'm pretty sure they can discuss that. But as far as Triple H walking up and saying, yeah, I'm firing this person, that person, that person, that person, I don't think
Yeah.
that happens. He
Here,
has
here,
bosses.
here, here's a scenario, and tell me if you think I'm out in left field. So a couple years ago, you had Dolph Ziggler left the company kind of in the same way. One day he was there, and the next day he was released. There was an uproar about it to some degree, and a few months later he debuted in TNA. With the branding of TNA, with the branding of AAA, with with all the things that WWE's got their hands in with the independence and the ID program and stuff. What are the chances that I always say, going back to kayfabe, maybe there's another alternate path for our truth. That maybe it wasn't just goodbye.
I think it's very, very likely he shows up in TNA if he still wants to wrestle. That's the other thing. Does he still want to wrestle? And if he does, I'm pretty sure he'll be welcome to TNA.
Yeah.
I'm not even going. I'm not even going down the AEW path. I don't think he's going there. He ain't going
No
there.
way.
People saying he should go there. It's good to have
Those
dreams.
are the marks. Those are the marks that are saying that.
Real. He ain't. Here's what you do. If you want him in AEW, buy WWE 2K25, create the AEW arena, and put our truth in there. There you go.
That's the only way
That's
it's
the
going to
satisfying
happen.
better. Yes, sir.
Yeah. A lot of people live in fantasies, though.
Well, trust me. How long have we known each other? He knows some
We're going
people
on
that
like 13 years, man.
we know some people that live in a fantasy world, bro.
Currently.
24/7, bro. They don't come to reality at all.
I mean, there's people walking around right now that there's people walking around right now that have funguses on their legs. I'm talking flesh-eating bacteria, staph infections, MRSA, eczema to the 20th degree, shingles, and the fucker never even probably had chicken pox. You know what I'm saying? There's some enigmas out there, man.
They must.
Just throwing that out there.
This is one of those I hate saying if you know, but this is one of those if you know moments, right?
Oh, I
and to
know.
that and to that person who lives, I'll say this because I'm not going to stoop myself to that level. If you want to go off and try to make a name for yourself off my name, off something I created, go for it. Do your thing. Because see, here's the thing. If you were as creative as you thought you were, you wouldn't have to use my shit. There you go. And with that being said, we boom. WrestleMania could be in Saudi Arabia.
Wait, hold
And,
on. I do got to say one more thing though.
oh, there you go.
Ray,
Here we
I love you, man. I just want to say, I just feel compelled to right now as I'm drinking this White Claw Surge to, I'm gonna
remember,
tell.
he said White Claw. He's drinking White Claw before he said this. Now,
Uh, here's to your leg. Here's to your leg. May it get you through life wherever you need to go, man, without falling off, man. God bless you. God bless your leg, Ray. I hope you bless mine too.
WrestleMania, Saudi Arabia. Oh man, yeah, WrestleMania is supposed to be in New Orleans. It's not. People thought it was moving to Las Vegas. It could still be. Um, but now the experts are saying that WrestleMania could be in Saudi Arabia. And me personally, again, I wasn't going to WrestleMania to begin with. I wasn't planning on buying a ticket. I know with all that new money you got, you could have bought a ticket, but I don't think you were going. You spent your money on a yacht.
I wouldn't even, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pay my peacock payment this month. And you're talking about booking a flight to Saudi Arabia, man.
But yeah, look, it's again, like you said earlier, TKO is a company that's making money, and I'm sorry, dude, if you're gonna give me if for what is it, Crown Jewel or what else they have over there? Crown Jewel and
Uh,
what's the others?
get Crown Jewel. I think I think it's Crown Jewel. That's like the big one.
Yeah. So if they were getting 50 million for that, you gotta think they'd be getting at least double for WrestleMania, right?
Well, I would think that they would be getting fucking maybe quadruple for WrestleMania. I mean, sky's the
So
limit.
why you've got to be an idiot to turn that money down?
You've got to be an idiot to turn that money down. And and I'm going to say this. Like you look at the Saudi Arabian audience. You look at those people; they love wrestling.
Yeah.
They're more pure wrestling fans than probably. I bet you. I don't think in Saudi Arabian wrestling chats, you get a lot of the ignorant bullshit that you get in American
I
chats.
don't. You know why? Because I don't think they're as jaded as we are as wrestling fans.
No,
Because
they're pure.
it's here.
It's hard.
They're just excited for it to be there. You know what I'm saying? They don't get to see it.
You got people, 20 years after their prime wanting Stone Cold, wanting The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, and paying through the nose to get it. That they love the sport, man, and they love the.
Look at it this way, though. You got 50 shares, or 20 shares of stock in WWE, right? You're an investment. You're investing in WWE, and you hear that they could potentially make $200 million in 2 nights. As a stockholder, if they turn that down, and you as a stockholder, like you got to be like, are you out your fucking mind?
Yeah, you gotta watch.
That's my money.
You gotta speak for your investors, and the way that the investors want to hear is where's the money. I don't care if they're going to. I don't care if they're going to Tehran, Iran, dude. I don't care if they're going to Iraq. I don't care if they're going to Beijing. I don't care if they go to North Korea, man. If I'm a stockholder and it's going to make me capital, dude, and that's what it's all about.
Fuck, you still sitting here for? Go. Yeah, I think that's the part that most wrestling fans don't think about, or maybe they're just ignorant to the fact. That they all they know is I want my wrestling. I don't want this. I want that.
Yeah.
But in order for you to cut on wrestling, and for you to sit every Monday, every Friday, every PLE, in order for you to watch it, they have to make money to put the shit on.
Exactly. So, and also there's there's history too. I know WWE has done shows in Canada, which are technically international shows because they're not in the United States. But WWE has never done an across the pond event like in Europe for a big WrestleMania. They've never done, they've never been in England.
The last one they did was SummerSlam in London, right?
Yeah, and that was what 90
92, 93, something like that.
92. I think it was 92.
Yeah.
Yeah. So So you also got that too. TKO wants to take WWE worldwide, global, which it already
It's a
is.
worldwide, yeah, it's a worldwide company.
Yeah.
It's
So what
it's
better
started in
way?
America. It's an American made company, but you got to go global. You got to travel the world. You got to,
What better
music
way
artists
than
do it
to
all the
put
time.
your flag, the Super Bowl of WrestleManias, to take it to across the ocean? I think that's
What, what
important for us.
what is your favorite rock band? American rock band.
American. If I had to, I mean, I would say, genre wise, Slayer. I love Slayer. It's my favorite band. But
Okay,
but I would say if I had to pick a mainstream band that everyone knows, I'd say Guns N' Roses.
okay. Guns N' Roses, right? They're from America, right? They've toured America how many times? Millions of times. They okay. Why would Guns N' Roses not want to take their music worldwide and go tour Europe, go tour Japan, go tour,
They wouldn't.
internationally? Why would they not do that? That's why they have world tours
Yep. Yep.
because we've bled America dry. We can't afford it. America cannot afford to pay us anymore. Let's go somewhere else and bleed them dry too.
I don't know if people know this or not. I mentioned some nefarious countries like North Korea and Iran and stuff, but we're cool with Saudi Arabia. They're like an ally.
Yeah, we got rid of I think people are still stuck on the Saddam Hussein and the Gulf War,
Yeah, but
and
nobody had a
to be honest, most of these people who haven't complained about Saudi weren't even alive when all that went on.
no one had a problem when AEW went to Wembley.
That's the thing, and everybody's complaining about going overseas for WrestleMania. But when John Cena stood in the middle of the ring and said London deserves a WrestleMania, the crowd went wild. People was like, you know what, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
But now it's Saudi Arabia. Oh no, it's bad. It should be in America. Stop it.
stop it.
So, are you ready to discuss Money in the Bank, sir?
Oh, I'm absolutely.
As long as you don't say LA Knight's going to win it, we can have a good discussion.
We're gonna have a good discussion then.
Okay. So, Money in the Bank match card. We have two Money in the Bank matches, the men and the women. We have one tag team match and one women's match. Four matches, which sounds like
Small
it's,
card.
it's a small card, so we might get some stuff, some goings on. I don't know
Yeah,
what,
there
but
might be some intermissions or some special attractions.
somebody might show up. This, that, and the third. Which is uh, again, I've heard professional podcasters, these people that have been long in the game and got all these so-called followers complain about it's only four matches and we're not going to. Dude, four matches is first of all is an easy night, right? It's from 7 till 10, but you gotta just the in between, whether it's commercials. Of course, they're gonna have commercials promoting other stuff, but you might get an angle that leads to something. You might get a surprise. You might, it leaves room for a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to rush. So I don't know about you, but when they had that Royal Rumble, after watching the Rumble, I needed to get up and go stretch my legs for a little while just from sitting there watching that damn Rumble. I
Yeah,
needed a bathroom break. So a couple of commercials, something go on, it gives me time to, get stretched and get me re-energized, come back and watch the next match. Four matches is
yeah.
perfect. Five would have been good too, but four is good. Um, the women's match, Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I want to say Becky's going to win it, but I got this strange feeling Lyra's going to win it or retain it.
That's what I love about wrestling right now, and I always say this on the show. It's like in that era of you used to be able to think you know what was going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen because either way they go could be good. I mean, Becky could win, and then that will like unleash a rage in Lyra that maybe she needs to push her to that next level, or Lyra wins and cements herself as the face of the Intercontinental title. I could see those stories going both ways and working out great. So I don't think anyone should be disappointed on how it ends.
So who do you pick the window?
Uh, on face value, just on based on prior wrestling, experience, I'd have to give it to Becky. I just don't see her losing 2 pay-per-views in a row. She's going to come up with a plan. Maybe something drastic's going to happen. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Becky too. Just like you said, I don't see her losing 2 in a row, and she,
She's
I don't think she's falling off, but I don't think I don't think she needs a title, but she needs a title. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just noticed I don't know, maybe she does need it because she's been name dropping her husband a lot. And he's doing his thing with Paul Heyman. And I just think it's kind of odd. All these years they've been together, they've hinted that they're together, like when they first got married and stuff. But over the last couple of years, they've kind of separated it. She's doing her thing, he's doing her thing. Now she's actively kind of like Candice LeRae. She's vocally getting involved and throwing in these jabs about her fine husband.
Right. Yeah, Becky. I see. Maybe like you said, maybe they'll with Seth going where he's going. Maybe if a woman is added, she might be that woman. So, so we got Becky Lynch on that one. The women's Money in the Bank match. We got Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, Stephanie McCool. Who you got?
Stephanie Valkyra is hot. She's hot. I like her, dude. I love the way she talks. I love her. She's just hot. I don't think her time has come yet to be Money in the Bank winner. I'd really like Naomi to win. I think she would do really good with that. Who do I think is going to win? I think they've got something on the line for Alexa Bliss, the way she's been interacting with top WWE female stars lately, with these kind of cryptic warnings or these cryptic exchanges with them. So, but then again, yeah, I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss, and I'm not 100% on it, but I'd like Naomi to win. If I had a choice, I'd want Naomi to win because I think her with that briefcase, with her way she's crazy right now, would be great.
Yeah, you know what? I'm like you. I need my girl Naomi to I need him to give her something. Not saying that she's not being pushed, but I need to give her something. So I want Naomi to win, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick Alexa Bliss to win that.
Man, we're on the same page so far.
Now watch. It's gonna be somebody else completely different we didn't even think about. I don't think I don't think Rhea Ripley should. I don't think she needs.
Me neither. I don't either. I don't see her doing anything with it. Who's the champion? Io Sky, right?
Io Sky.
Yeah,
Io Sky. They can go either for Io Sky or they can go for what's the Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, and it's not unprecedented for a Money in the Bank person to not go for a major title. We had Charlotte Flair go for a NXT champion once.
Yeah, I don't see that happening in this case.
Me neither. It's kind of highly
unlikely. I don't think the NXT Women's Champion ain't at that level to be going after her.
And there's tag team titles too, and U.S. titles. But you know what? I got to throw one more curveball into that too, because I could see Roxanne Perez winning, and the heat it would cause between her and Liv Morgan would be worth it.
And see, when I say we both were on the same page, but watch they do something totally different, that might be that totally different thing they do that nobody saw coming. But it makes sense though. It does.
And what if now taking what I just said a second ago about it not being unprecedented that they have to go for the main championship. Roxanne Perez gets a mystery partner and goes after the tag belts.
Who would that mystery partner be, though?
Could be somebody from NXT. It could be a returning superstar. It could be, I don't know. That's why it's a mystery, Ray.
Touche. Men's Money in the Bank match. We have LA Knight, no. Penta, Andrade, Solo Sikoa, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano. Which, by the way, that will be his second match of the day because he's wrestling in that AAA Worlds Collide earlier that day. So he's pulling double duty.
Well, Chad Gable is doing the AAA match. El Grande Americano is in the ladder match.
Yeah, you got me. You're right.
Hey, hold it. You're gonna have to add me back on. Just let me leave and come right back. I froze.
What happened?
I froze. Right. Can you see me?
No.
Okay.
No, I can hear you, but I cannot see you, John Cena. Okay. Rob's having technical difficulties and Chris no showed. But yeah, Chad Gable wrestling earlier that day, and then El Grande Americano wrestling Money in the Bank. I can see El Grande Americano winning, but I don't want to bet the farm on that, so I'm going to go with. Wouldn't it be funny if Solo Sikoa won that thing? Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
I'm back.
I was saying I could see El Grande Americano winning it. It would be funny if Solo Sikoa won it, but LA Knight, no. Penta, he's in there to have a good match.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be that. Andrade is not winning this thing. He's in there to have a good match.
Unless they're throwing a curveball. Unless they took. I left Andrade's the.
That's a hell of a curve, bro. That is a hell of a curve.
Andrade would. I believe. LA Knight and Penta. I totally agree with you. Penta's there for the highlights. Now the only two real options are Solo and Seth Rollins. I can't see Seth Rollins not winning this unless there's like some kind of outside interference with Punk or something to kind of because he's
does Roman Reigns show up?
Does Roman Reigns show up? That's a good question. Yeah, you don't know, but Seth Rollins, if he doesn't win, it's not because he gets beat. It's because of outside forces. No. But then
With
Solo.
That being said, I'm still going with Seth Rollins. I'm picking. I want Solo to win because I know that'll piss everybody off, and you know me, anything to piss off the fans. I like seeing them riled up.
Solo needs something right now. He's got Mateo, and then the friction with Fatu, and Fatu's the United States champion. So I think Solo needs something to kind of. Hey, I'm the guy still. Hey, you might have got the U.S. title, but I'm going to be the world champion.
That's another reason why I want Solo to win it because, like I said, not only would it piss the fans off, but like you said, he kind of needs something to. Hey, I'm acting like I'm a top guy. I'm saying I'm a tough guy, but there's nothing proving that I'm the top guy. So
yeah. So I could see Reigns coming out. I could see Punk coming out. I could see there being some shenanigans, and Rollins not being able to win, and Solo kind of coming in and stealing it. But if that don't happen, if it just goes clean, straight, kind of just let the match evolve, I can't see Rollins not winning. We could have Fatu cost somehow inadvertently or on purpose cost Solo the title. Like I said, I haven't got to watch SmackDown, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, they had a little bit of friction, but then Solo and Seth Rollins kind of had a meeting of the minds, a little faction, and I didn't get to see the end because I watched SmackDown and clips. So
yeah, well, that might be interesting to watch. Then that might answer some questions.
Yeah, I mean that. You know what? I'm changing mine. I'm not going Seth. I'm going Solo. Solo for the win.
I'm going curveball Andrade.
No God, that's a
Watch me
slider,
pull
ain't
the
a curve.
watch me pull that one out my ass.
Boy, if that happens, Jesus Christ. If
They
that
got to do
happens,
something. They got to do something with And I said the Penta thing. I don't see him in that caliber of a match yet of winning. I could be wrong,
yeah,
but
he like you said, he's there for the ladder spots, for the cool spots, for the
the
you know
highlight, the
the
moments.
ooh the ahs. Yeah, but I don't see him with that. Yeah, no. And like we said, that LA Knight's not even in the conversation, so we're
We're
not even
both gonna
going
be we're both gonna be getting bent over by Chris if fucking he wins
there.
that match.
I will be bent over by no man, sir.
Well, you know what I mean, metaphorically.
Not even metaphorically, especially
Man,
not when it
you're
comes
no
to
fun
LA
at
Knight.
all, are you? Right?
No, I'm all. Oh well, look, well, you look at who showed up.
Oh my God, where in the
Look
fuck
at
have you been, Mister?
I'm old. I fell asleep.
But you woke up for the last half of the show, so
we
cheers.
we were almost done with that LA Knight match. Saying that he's not going to win. So
Well, go back,
I
and just
believe.
let him go back. No, let him go back. Just go real quickly over that last because there's not that many matches.
I,
Just let him. I want his picks.
it's pretty simple. I believe if you look at the Front Row Wrestling Podcast survey,
Which
that
one?
everybody
Oh, which one?
knows that LA Knight is winning that match. So there you go, LA Knight.
look,
When it comes to the women's, have you got the
I don't know
women's
what
match already?
I don't know
yeah,
what Front Row Wrestling podcast you're watching, but we just unanimously declared that LA Knight was the first one eliminated from
In the
us.
survey in the group,
he's talking about the poll. He's talking about
the
the
very
poll on the
well
Facebook page.
the very well educated fans of this show all know that LA Knight is coming out on top. So
Do you have a nice big box of Kleenex next to your bed, sir? So you can cry
no, I
You
yourself
don't.
to
heard,
sleep.
Sorry, no.
You can
No,
cry
I
yourself
mean,
to sleep.
I picked Andretti.
I just want to know: do you have that very same thing when he wins? Are you going to be so
No,
mad and
because
upset that you can't see
We're
straight?
not we're not that invested
as
in it, Chris. We're not that.
as
We're looking at it logically.
Okay, okay.
as
Well, Rob's high. I know that already. I don't know what Ray's
No, I'm
problem
no,
is.
he's
So
he's Rob is rich. You ain't here. See. I don't know what you're doing with your front row wrestling podcast checks, but Rob is out buying
wait, we're
yachts.
getting paid? What?
Oh,
I
you didn't
am.
get your check.
I missed. You must have had my address correct or something. I'm not. I don't recall those checks coming in.
Take that up with your mailman, bro. Take that up with your mailman. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, no, Rob's out here buying 15-foot yachts and stuff. So 50-foot yachts and stuff. So
Yeah,
Right.
he's rolling in it.
yeah.
Rolling, rolling
I
in
think I
debt.
might be paying him too much.
You might be.
I'm not.
He
I'm not
gives
gonna
me
lie.
just Ray gives me just enough to think that I can flourish.
Yeah,
Well,
I,
at least he's giving you that much. I mean, I'm just getting the butt end of the jokes is what I'm getting.
I, I'm not paying. I'm not paying Chris enough because he's not eating well.
Falling
He's
asleep on
he's
the job and shit.
he's he's delusional. He's having dreams of grandeur and all this. Is that what you dreamt about? Is that why you couldn't wake up and come to the show? You were dreaming about LA Knight winning that briefcase.
No, no. Actually, no. I just know he's going to win. That's all.
But hey, Chris, I was just wondering, how's your foot?
Don't
Your foot doing all right?
do not indulge him, Chris. Do
Don't go
not
for it.
indulge.
Don't go for it.
I'm going to do the same thing I did for Ray. I'm going to toast to your foot.
Okay.
Hope
Thank
it don't
you.
fall off, man. I'm praying.
Thank you. Appreciate it. If it
Oh
does,
my
though,
goodness.
if it does, I'm old. Remember, I got a walker to get by with. So
Well, if it does stop, you might have to quit your job, but at least you can DoorDash. Chris,
Y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. Y'all funny.
You know what we talking about. You just haven't thought of it yet.
I guess no. I'm not, I haven't waken up yet.
Think about the show before you came on, before you started being here regularly.
Ah, no. No, I'm not like some people like that. I don't do bad jokes and talk about things that No, I'm not. My leg's okay too.
I heard there's something going around. That's all the reason I asked.
That's the kind of person that goes to malls, in the wintertime when around Christmas and spikes the mall Santa's drink with Viagra before the kids get there. So that's the kind of person that is. I don't do that stuff.
Oh, what type of this is why I don't go out the house. This type of bullshit going on in the world.
Staph infection.
a lot of bad people out there.
For the record, I do go out the house. I go out the house. I lead a very healthy, manly lifestyle. Thank you very much. Sometimes when I go, I take my 10 pounds of gold with me, just to let everybody know everybody know I am the man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you want to give your picks for the other matches? Let me see.
Yeah, I'm curious what he said.
You just throw them at me, and I'll just tell you who they are, who's winning.
Becky versus Valkyria for the women's intercontinental title. We said Becky, right?
I'd like to see Lyra win, but she's already had her share of winning and good stuff happen for her. So logically, Becky's going to get the win this time.
All right. Women's Money in the Bank match.
Alexa Bliss.
See, I want Naomi, but we kind of said Alexa Bliss too. But then
Naomi makes sense with the way she's been going lately.
Rob threw a curveball out there with Roxanne Perez. So
yeah, I'm just picking who.
Chris, think though. Hear me out. Here, if Perez wins, think of the heat it would cause between her and Morgan.
And see, that makes sense as well. So it's so since there's two out there that just make perfect sense for winning, I'm just going to pick who I want. That's Alexa Bliss.
I want Naomi. I think she would do great with that.
I want Naomi. I just want Naomi.
He just wants Naomi. And I just want Alexa Bliss. I told him earlier. I said, if it happens that Alexa Bliss wins and she beats Tiffy Time for the title, I won't be upset. But if Tiffy Time keeps the title, I won't be upset either.
There's nothing to be upset about, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Tiffany Stratton looks like
a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Tiffany Stratton looks like a drag queen. I'm just saying.
Not quite as manly as Flair, though. I mean,
she reminds me of Kate Winslet from Titanic. She's got the same.
You have a very vivid imagination, Rob.
You don't see it?
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I see nothing. I see something that looks like it's been thrown over the Titanic.
That's rude.
Flotation devices? Well, we see that too.
Yeah, we see that too. Thanks, Chris. Good
welcome.
Hey, I am also not a fan of the plastic, the fakeness. I'm a
Hey, let me tell you something, Ray. I'm going to teach you a lesson you need to learn in life. Yeah, at your age, I am a little bit older than you, so let me teach you one lesson, son. There's no such thing as fake kids.
Oh boy, yes they are.
Oh, they're real in some way. They're either really fake or they're really real.
Not in my world.
Have you hugged a woman with fake tits? Real.
Have you ever hugged a woman with fake tits? Like those bitches are hard as fuck, bro. Like it's like hugging two. I don't know, bro.
But think of the fun you can.
I don't know what this show has. I don't know what this show has become.
Think of the fun you can have though if they're big and they're fake though, because if they're big and they're fake, they can have things put in them like little honker toys or something like dogs get for play toys, so that when you do hug them, you hear squeak squeak squeak.
I don't know what type of shit. What are you doing, Chris?
I mean,
I'm not even into that kind of crap.
I might not have. I might still be asleep. I don't know. Hold on.
The hell is going on with you, Chris? He's putting talking points in between them.
Honk.
I'm sorry. Hold on. There, I smacked my hand. I'm bad.
Besides the fact that they don't move when you jump up and down, like I don't know.
Have I missed any more matches I need to answer yet? I mean, come on. Any more matches I should answer? I'm trying to get you out of this little spot here. I mean,
what else Money in the Bank match? Oh, did we do the main? You pick LA Knight.
Well, yeah, LA Knight, the real winner, LA Knight. Yeah.
We're right back off the rails.
I respect your right to be wrong. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta ask Chris. Seriously, I respect your opinion on a lot of things, even when you come off left base. But what is your reasoning behind this? I really want to hear it.
Because the fans have spoken.
The fans want it.
The fans want it. They look. I don't see where you get. You picked Andrade. Why'd you pick Andrade?
Because
Where does Andrade
make
sense?
He don't fucking know.
Where does he make sense? Who else is in the match? Is that Logan Paul too?
No.
See in there?
Penta.
Penta not this year, if anything. No.
Grande Americano, Andrade, and Seth Rollins.
All right, Seth Rollins should be the real logical choice here. It's what it really should be.
But it's too easy. It's too easy.
It's too easy though. Also, El Grande Americano would be the one that would be a sleeper to sneak in because of the plate he puts in his mask and everything. But I still think LA Knight is due for it, and he's going to get it. He has not won it the last couple of years. He's going to get it.
I
just think Andre.
LA Knight won that briefcase before.
No, he almost did.
No, almost.
He almost won it. McIntyre ended up winning it.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa. Yeah.
Or was it?
No, Solo Sikoa is not gonna win it.
See, I got.
There'll be something. Yeah. Look, something's gonna happen with Solo Sikoa. That's gonna be with that JC. What's his name? And yeah, okay. And Fatu. That it's gonna be. Something's gonna happen to further that little thing right there to split all them up. Just like the match with Jimmy Uso.
We were talking, me and Ray we're talking about that, and it would be something for Solo to win and then be able, because like right now Fatu's kind of against him and Cobb, right? There's kind of this dissension, and he's the U.S. champion. Solo has the bloodline behind him, and now he's kind of out there, like Ray was saying, he's out there acting like a big shot, but he don't really have anything to back it up with. So the Money in the Bank briefcase with Fatu going, oh, look what I got, motherfucker! You got the U.S. title, but I got this. That would be a story that they could work with that.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa.
So I'm going on Andrade because I just say he's kind of like the one out of left field. And
if Andrade wins this Money in the Bank, I'm not.
He's done a lot of jobbing for Carmelo Hayes, and he's lost to LA Knight. He's due for a receipt, in my opinion.
If Andrade wins this fucking Money in the Bank, I'm not doing the show. I'm not.
He should not win.
I am not going to sit up here and do a show with that guy. If Andrade wins, that's me. No. I could be totally wrong.
Since I wasn't here for the original conversation, he probably said Otis would come out and do the worm and distract everybody else, and Andrade rolled somebody up for the win.
I said that, but hey,
stop encouraging this behavior, Curious. I got no
possible now. That's definitely in the cards.
Y'all sit here and encourage each other's bad behavior. Somewhere, somehow, this shit's got to stop.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about, really.
I think you got issues or something, man.
I'm gonna go back and get my old
pill, Ray.
Yeah.
go get my old
They make pills for problems like that, Doctors too.
I say my old co-host and y'all bring up pills. See, y'all encouraging each other's behavior. Stop it.
I didn't bring up cocaine.
I just now pulled up the Facebook thing, and there's this very smart individual named Broderick Dwayne in there that says if they want a huge pop out of the winner, it'll be LA Knight. Thank you,
Beasley.
sir. Thank you very much for proving my
Broderick
point.
Dwayne,
Thank you.
also known as the one and only Beasley Badass.
That's my man, Beezy Badass. Go support his music. Check him on YouTube. Beezy Badass on YouTube. Go check him out. But my man, stay off the vape, bro. Ain't no way that crowd will not pop. That crowd will go home and never come back.
Every time they hear the words LA Knight spoken out there, the crowd pops. They go crazy, super crazy.
Because they're programmed to at this point.
So they're not programmed to yell yeet and throw their arms in the air?
Well, no, we can see them doing it.
But that is kind of, I don't know.
They're programmed.
I don't know.
They're programmed. They're bots.
I mean, he's like he's just a better wrestling version of DDP.
Oh,
come down to the crowd, to the crowd, get fans into it. Got that one word he yells, except DDP was bang and his is yeet. I mean,
Chris, you sound like a hater, Chris. I'm just saying.
I sound like a hater. Have you heard yourself talk about LA Knight? Have you heard yourself?
I just said I don't like him.
I am a fan. I got a T-shirt right here. I can pull it over. I got an LA Knight T-shirt.
Rob, I believe you, Rob. I do.
That's the T-shirt he uses to wax his boat.
Oh. Once again, let's talk about this paycheck business once again, because I have never seen the first one. It's funny that it's funny. Okay, it's funny that since you started employing people that aren't door dashing on the side, that your ratings have gone up all of a sudden. Okay, your ratings have gone up. More people are watching. I mean,
man, I'm gonna start wearing a helmet around here because y'all motherfuckers should be throwing shots, boy. I don't want to catch none of the shrapnel. God,
I'm just saying.
You taught me a long time ago who you associate with is on the people you choose to associate with. That a person is a direct reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is why I don't understand why you've been friends with me all this time.
Yeah. As long as you've known him and the way you act, I mean, you're like a closet Rob is what you are. You're a closet Rob.
I'm not even legally allowed to have a Facebook.
Which is
he's legally allowed.
It's true. He's legally not allowed. He's legally been banned off Facebook.
No, he's legally allowed on one of his 38 different accounts he's got.
I'm a good Christian guy. I talk to the good people, and so Rob has a glimmer of hope in him.
Thank you, Ray.
I've seen it.
Thank you, Ray.
But then there's some people who are just a black hole of just ugh, and those are the people you have to discard. And that's
why God takes away their legs. It's in the Bible.
Is it? Can you quote us that scripture? I'm not.
We wouldn't.
It's not under Austin 3:16. Don't even try that.
I believe it's there. Maybe in the book of Ezekiel.
In all seriousness, y'all know me, right? I for some reason I know a lot of things about a lot of people, right? And in this time, and Rob knows, and Chris, you know too, people have tried their best to do me wrong and think I'm going to fall over and quit and give up on whatever it is I'm doing. And I never do. I don't take shots at them. I don't publicly go back at them.
That's why he keeps me around.
I keep going. But see,
man for hire.
I'm the mercenary. Yeah.
I tell my son all the time, bro. Be a good dude, and you'll have good people around you.
It's good.
I like to think I'm a good dude, and I don't have to take shots at these people because I got good people around me who would do that. And Rob and Chris clearly don't mind taking those damn shots. So, look, not that I am afraid to take those shots, but Rob also knows this. If I start shooting, I'm gonna empty the clip. I'm protecting I'm protecting others by protecting.
It's a humanitarian deal. I get it.
So vote for me, Wrestling Humanitarian 2025.
Yeah.
I have all my things.
Maybe you'll get that Warrior Award someday.
They say the top Make-A-Wish request is John Cena. That's what I seen on Facebook earlier today.
Still,
Yeah,
But just put your name out there, and it. But there's a 12-month waiting list to see John Cena. So
you know what?
hey
You
Ray.
sent me
As
that
a matter
shit.
of
I
fact,
couldn't
I
I
help
know a
but
sent you
guy.
that, didn't I?
I know a
couldn't
guy
help
with
but
I know a guy with a bunk leg who would love to meet you.
Look, listen, Rob. This is a comedian out there. He says his brother just got a job at the Make a Wish Foundation. He said the most requested people is John Cena. He said then all the kids that there want to see him. He said, but there's like a 12-month waiting list. He said so they get a better chance of seeing the Undertaker first. That's
Imagine
terrible, isn't
that.
it?
Imagine that.
That's terrible.
that dark humor. I tell you, boy. Y'all are funny. We got to get to this tag team match, the main event. Logan Paul, John Cena versus Jay Uso and Cody Rhodes, or as we call him at the cookout, Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Cody Raheem Rhodes.
It's Cody Raheem Rhodes right there. So of course,
Just out of
Jay Uso and Cody are winning this match. Just so everybody, we all
I
know this,
would
right?
listen. I would like to say just out of aggravation that the Yeet gets beat, but I think we all know that Cena and Jey Uso. I'm not Cena.
The,
Cody and Jey Uso are going to win this match.
the Heat gets beat. That sounds like
Yeah,
a T-shirt.
the Yeet
I, I gotta
beat the
totally.
Yeet.
I gotta totally
No,
disagree.
not beat the Heat.
Yeah,
I
beat the
gotta.
Yeet.
I gotta totally disagree with you guys if you guys are saying that Logan Paul and John Cena aren't winning. I totally. I defy you. Like Ray was saying, you touched on it earlier, Ray. You said four matches. Some other shit's gonna go down. I think we could see The Rock. We could see Travis Scott, right? We could see Travis Scott. John Cena is here to ruin wrestling. He's and all the Yeeters out there and all the Cody Rhodes fans out there.
Do we see Roman Reigns?
Their night is going to be ruined. I think.
Are those the
Somehow,
Cody crybabies you're referring to that Ray likes to talk about? The Cody crybabies?
they're going to be crying. They're going to be crying because they're going to pull some shit. Some shit's going down. I feel it.
Look, I'm saying Roman may come back, and here's why. I remember Logan knocked the shit out of Roman. He knocked Roman out, and of course, you know, I think Roman comes back. He's either interfering in that Money in the Bank match, or he's interfering.
Yeah,
in this
He's his deal is with Seth Rollins, not with John Cena. And
We've already seen CM Punk screw him out of a couple of things already.
Yeah, I forgot about CM Punk. He's not even on his card, so maybe
he'll be there. He'll be there in that main event match. There's going to be like if Seth Rollins loses, it'll be because of some shenanigans like that, or maybe it's the reason he wins. Who knows?
I was about to say maybe that's the reason he wins.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's gonna be a fun night.
Maybe the fourth member of the group gets introduced at Money in the Bank.
Possible.
I seen a tease of that fourth member. Well, what did somebody call the tease? I'm trying to remember who that was. Was it on the page? It was on X. But yeah, we might get a fourth member. Because everybody's saying it's already four, but I'm not. They counting Paul Heyman. I'm not counting Paul Heyman as the fourth member.
You can't count Paul Heyman. He's just the mastermind. He's the JJ Dillon of the group.
That's like counting JJ Dillon as a fourth member of the Four Horsemen. That's stupid.
It doesn't work. No, doesn't fit. Even though I like the fact that Paul Heyman, when he was with Brock, when he was with Roman, when he was with CM Punk, very rarely did he actually get involved in the matches. He would stand there and he would advocate for him, but he never would actually get into the mix of the matches and interferes. Now he's grabbing people's legs. Now he don't give a fuck.
So yeah, I remember my son texted me about something. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with him. It should be a good. I don't think this is going no longer than 3 hours. Right? Maybe 2.5. Should be long.
Depends on what you get all the
when you get all the in between match stuff and the build ups and stuff.
They have to hype every match, and the hype lasts about 10 minutes. It seems like. Then you got your 10-minute entrances.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the commercials everybody can complain about, like I said, but at the end of the show, you're gonna get the complaints. But I
Look,
think
my
they're gonna
source
be.
inside said they're going to cut the commercials back a little bit.
Oh God,
I have
my
a
source is.
source. I have a source in the back area.
I have a source. I can't say who his name is, but I have a
Right.
source. He works backstage. He works behind the scenes,
Uh-huh.
and he called and told me
Uh-huh.
that the show starts at 7, but people
Well,
will be coming. The doors will be open for people to come in at 6:15.
it could
That's
be
what the source
true.
told me.
That could be
That's
right.
what
But
the source
my
told me.
source, who is related to my best friend's sister's uncle's brother
That sounds
on
legit right there.
his mother's side, twice removed.
That seems a little bit closer than just some guy Ray.
Yeah, I mean, mine's
Well,
legit.
okay, so you say legit, but how close is your source? Like my source delivered soda to the arena, so like
My
he felt
source,
the vending machine, so he knows a lot. He knows a lot.
my source made the soda that your source took to the arena, so he already got firsthand knowledge. Before yours got. Matter of fact, my source probably told your source so he could relay it to you.
Your source sells LA Knight
But your
t-shirts.
source was smart enough
vending
to
machine.
lie to Ray's source.
This is him.
Chris,
My source.
Chris's
What?
source.
Your source
sells
was
LA
smart
Knight
enough to
t-shirts.
lie to Ray's source, so Ray has the wrong information. This
Right.
is a plot.
No.
Yeah.
No. My source and my reports are confirmed by Meltzer, so you know it's true if Meltzer said it.
No.
Oh well, therefore your source, your source definitely is blinded by his yeet glasses he has on. Probably.
Hey, if I report somebody didn't get resigned or that they won't resign because of money, and then the person who actually signed the contract says I'm wrong, I'm still right. Because I don't care if the actual person who's wrestling said I was wrong. My source said I was right.
Your source, your source is probably the source that reported that Triple H, according to another source, is mad at The Rock, and they're feuding with each other. And per yet another source, Triple H won't be back
You're
to
not dumb that sounds. Them two
Yeah.
are fighting over power, and
Yeah.
neither one of them run the company.
I know.
But they're fighting over power.
I know.
Do people hear themselves when they say this shit, bro?
I wonder sometimes. We had this discussion earlier today, Rob. We back and forth this morning. And I was like, do you think it's possible that maybe like the people that set up the ring or the referees or some of the people low in the totem pole or somebody's back there just gossiping with their wife at home or their kids at home or their brother or their sister and saying, man, I heard that Roman's not coming back for a few weeks. Next thing you know, it goes all the way to Roman's not coming back anymore because he's mad at Triple H who don't like his cousin, The Rock. And, now it's escalated from there.
Because, in the middle of setting up a ring and hanging lights and putting up, video boards, I got to take a 15-minute break and say, look, I know this show has to be set up by 8 o'clock. But come on, tell me.
Just let
tell
me know.
me.
I gotta know.
Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Be real with me.
I got to white balance
What's
these
up?
cameras.
What's
I got to
up?
white balance these cameras, but before I do, tell me. Come on. I got to dial 1-900-909-9900.
Hand me that 33 millimeter wrench. Yeah, it's a go. It's a go.
Yeah,
Roman ain't coming back.
Yeah, I know these chairs have to be in the front row, have to be Money in the Bank chairs. But before I unload these chairs, bro, come on, tell me.
Yeah, man, just tell me, man. I just want to know.
My source.
They really didn't offer R-Truth more money.
My source just texted me. They're allowing R-Truth shirts again in the arena. Okay.
My source.
Don't worry about it. You can still get your shirts.
WWE will, if you attend Money in the Bank, chicken fingers, French fries, and beer will be on sale. Source. Mark my words. Okay, we're having way too much fun. Chris, you're late, so you only get a third of a paycheck this week.
That's what's a third more than what I usually get. That's all I could say. So
you were here for half the show, but you only get a third of a paycheck. So
go figure. That's Steiner math, isn't it?
That's that Steiner accounting, buddy. This was very very entertaining.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
I saved the show.
Oh Lord, yeah, you did. Only a LA Nate fan would say something like that. I love the sports. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what that's about.
Well, you just add AMK_20 on your as a username to your Discord. You'll find out.
I'll get right on that. I'll get
No,
right
I'm
on
gonna
that.
say I bet you're in Bengal, Calcutta, at some call center, fucking trying to scam McAfee users. So go to hell. Okay.
Pat McAfee users.
AMK20.
With that being said, we'll be back next week to discuss the fallout from Money in the Bank and everything that's going on this weekend. It's good.
In
It's a
other
good
words,
weekend
we'll
for
be
wrestling.
back to discuss LA Knight winning.
Chris
Remember,
might
hey,
be
we
back.
got what's what
We,
I'm
we,
gonna
we need
ask,
we need him to set his alarm. He might be back. I don't know.
I'm gonna throw this out there and just ask you guys, what are you gonna do for the Rob when Andrade takes it all?
I tell you what,
don't-
if Andrade
I don't know.
wins
And that'll be up for you and Chris to discuss. I won't be.
if Andrade wins and Otis does the worm, then Ray will streak the neighborhood he lives in.
Whoa!
Okay?
Why are you
There you go,
volunteering?
Rob.
Mocked
There you go.
me, Chris.
Whoa!
You
There you
just
go.
mocked me.
Why are you volunteering me for those perverted services, sir?
'Cause I sure ain't doing it. I'm not streaking your neighborhood.
I'm not streaking mine, yours, or anybody else's. No.
Rob, you are right will suffice.
Rob, you're right. Will suffice. Well, then
We'll-
those are
we'll-
words you
we'll-
will never
we'll-
ever hear.
I'm a fair man.
We'll post Rob. You're right in capital letters on Facebook.
Ray's speech about doing the right thing inspired me.
Okay, well,
Well,
if
at least I
it
inspired you.
happens, yes, we'll do the right thing and we'll acknowledge you.
Seriously, I love you guys. I'm glad you
least
showed
I
up, Chris.
inspired somebody. Yeah, we were worried about you, Chris. We thought you had gone looking for LA Knight's missing career. So
where's Ralph when I need him, man? Where is Ralph when I need him?
It's like he just didn't have the legs to make it. That's what I assumed.
okay. On that note, check out the Discord. Check out
Gotta
the
wrap
Facebook
that
page.
shit up, man.
Front Row Wrestling
Layered.
Podcast on everything. Myself, Chris, Rob.
Usually on a DoorDash delivery, you tip people, Ray. So make sure you drop one off, okay?
We are out. Y'all have a good night. Front Row Wrestling Podcast.